Before we start the gameplay video, I would like to take a second and take this opportunity to thank everybody for the fantastic support over the last race in Monza. The support has been really good, and yeah, I just want to thank you guys for that. Also, I didn't got a penalty after the incident with Fat First protested against me, but I have no penalty, so that's it. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, how's it going? Orange here, and welcome then to the Singapore Grand Prix at the Marina Bay Street Circuit, because it is a bit like a street circuit obviously. The wall's very close to the track, as we get in my Mercedes then for the qualifying. So it's a dry qualifying, and the race, I can tell you now, is 13% chance of rain, so 30%. That's not a lot obviously, but you never know. Maybe some rain at the end of the race, I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, this is going to be my qualifying run, and it is at the beginning of the qualifying actually. So my fastest lap of the qualifying is in my first run, which is quite unusual, because normally at the end of the session the track is a little bit better, a bit faster. But I made a mistake when I wanted to do my final run. I basically got over a curb too much and hit the barrier, which lost a little piece of my front wing. It's not my complete front wing, but it was a little piece of my front wing, but still that loses you quite a bit of downforce. So yeah, that was my last run, and in the second run I think I cut a corner too much, so I had to back out of it. Otherwise it will be a lap with a corner cut, which is obviously not legal. So here we are then on my outlap. I think Alex is the first driver on the minimap. Then it is Check first if I'm right, and in front of me you can see Fed first. So this is my outlap then. On the option tire, I did some runs on the prime tires, but I was 2 seconds slower on the prime tire compared to the option, so that's a lot. I don't think that the 2-second disadvantage is worth it, so that's why I went for the option tires then. I know that Alex is very strong around this track. My personal best before this race, before this qualifying, was a 136.8 or 7, 8 or 7. I think it was 0.8. No, 0.7. I think 0.7. Yep, let's keep it at 0.7. So 136.7 is to beat, is the time to beat, because that is my personal best. But already a high 36 will be really good. So I'm slowing down a little bit, trying to create a gap between me and Fat First, and I think that's enough for a gap. So there we go then, going to mix 3, and here's my qualifying lap. So try to have very good exit out of this corner, using a lot of curves and to the line, activating DRS here. This is the first DRS zone. Brake just after the one on a meter board, shift down to third gear, take the curb as much as you can, and then shift up roughly to fourth and back to first gear for that left-hander. And have a very good traction, a very good exit out of that tiny hairpin. It's very important. Use a little bit of curves. Brake at the 100 meter board. Miss my apex there a little bit. You want to be a little bit closer. Activating the DRS for the second DRS zone, using a little bit more curves. And then for the next braking zone, you want to brake at around 55 meters, so that's right here. Brake down to second gear, and then shift up to third and to fourth, and then brake here just before the 50 meter board to the first gear. Very close to the wall there, shifting up to fourth gear. Brake at the 50 meter board here, going down to third gear, and then shifting back up to fourth again. Very close to the wall there. Maybe gave it a little bit of a kiss. Then brake down back again to third gear, and then braking here second gear, and then up to third and up to fourth over the bridge. Brake at a 50 meter board, shifting down to first gear, all the way down to first gear I should say. And there's Fat First here, Ben at this lap, don't know what happened to him, maybe he cut a corner, using the rest of our curves then. And brake just after the 100 meter board down to first gear. Take a lot of curb, not a lot though, not too much I should say, because it will unsettle the car. Shift up to fifth gear, brake just before the 50 meter board down to the first gear. Take again a lot of curb there, this is very important, don't cut the corner too much. And then just before the 50 meter board, brake down to first gear once again, and then roughly to second, third, fourth, no, not to fourth this time, and then back to fifth gear and sixth, and get off the throttle just a little bit before you enter that final corner to get full throttle across the line. Then we go then 137.0, which is just 3/100ths of a second faster than Alex at the moment, so very close. Jack first in third and Romian in fourth. But that was my lap done. As I said, this was my fastest lap. I couldn't improve. Second run I cut the corner. I was 2 tenths up thanks to that in the first sector. And then in the final run, I told you that I lost a piece of my front wing after I went over the curbs a little bit too much. This is very unfortunate because I definitely knew that a very good time was in the pocket here, basically in the back. I definitely wanted to improve the time, but I couldn't, unfortunately. I think Alex did the same. I think he had maybe a corner guard as well, maybe a mistake. At least he didn't improve his time, and Chicane is down to 12th place, fortunately for him. But I am then starting on pole position with the time, which I didn't expect. Also, Romian, good performance from him in the Ferrari, 137.8, but it doesn't really seem like anyone came close to Alex and me in the qualifying. So quite unfortunate for Chicane starting from 12th place. He wasn't very confident for this race. I hope that he will have a good race, but we'll see. We had 13% chance of rain, so let's see first if it is dry, because you never know. Let's look at the box. Yes, it is dry, it seems like, and also we are starting on the dry tire, so no rain at the moment. And as we get strapped into the car, so here's my strategy. I'm going for a 3-stop. A lot of people will go for a 2-stop, but it's not possible for me. Trust me, I have tried to do a 2-stopper, but it's not working for me. I can't do it. The tire wear is very high for me, much higher I think compared to the others. You will see that this race that I'm struggling quite a bit with tire wear, even on the prime tire. Here we go then. Here we are on the grid. 2 Ferraris behind me. Let's see if I can defend this place. Do the first couple of corners. So here we go then. Lights are coming on. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we're away. So good start straight off the line. Lots of wheel spin, but that's okay. Yeah, got a very good start. Still ahead of both Ferraris. So Alex has a little bit of a look there, but I took the inside there and he had nowhere to go, so he didn't pass me there. Still 2 Ferraris behind me, Alex in front of Romian, so nothing changed in the top 3 after the start. Let's see if I can still hold on to this place with Alex very close behind me. Using a little bit of Corsair to defend, using a rich mixture as well at the moment, trying to defend from him, and it seems like enough, so I switch back to mix 1. And here we go then. Still holding on to this lead, but I can tell you that Alex is on the 2-stop strategy, as I really do have to get used to the fuel load. Don't know the amount of grip you get, and it seems like Alex is settling down in a nice consistent rhythm already, and I'm still struggling a little bit. You can see Alex in the mirrors keeping up with me. So Alex is doing a 2-stop then. Maybe a 2-stop is faster, but yeah, trust me, I cannot do that. Especially in the final sector, I do drift quite a bit. I do go sideways quite a bit, especially in the final sector. You will see that in this race. And I don't know, it's just my driving style. There is no other option for me basically, other than driving very aggressive in this final sector and stuff like that, which usually creates a little bit of oversteer, which is very bad for the tires. But I'm very sorry, but I cannot change it. It's just my driving style. Here, this is what I mean. I don't know. It's always what I get in this final sector, but it does seem like we are opening up the gap to Alex a little bit, and Romian is still holding on to that first place. Very nice from him. See the gap. It's 7/10 to Alex, and already creating a gap to Romian. 3.4 just after 1 lap. So Alex and me are pulling out a big lead to the rest of the field. Fat first currently in 4th in the Red Bull. We are in lap 2 now. Remember, DRS will be activated in lap 3. 2 DRS zones on this track, as I've said before. So using mix 3, that's going to be my fuel strategy for this race. Using mix 3 on this straight, and then going to mix 1 for these couple of corners. And we will go to mix 2 then after the following up left-hander. So now, there we go. That's my fuel strategy. So Singapore then, obviously a very, what's the word, a very extraordinary track. It's different, it's a night race, but it's a street circuit as well. Look at the buildings around you. You have a lot of buildings around you. You might be wondering if you really pay attention to that during the race. Well, the answer is no, you're just paying attention to the racetrack. And that's it. I didn't even know there was a crane over there on the right hand side, so that's what I see now in the replay. But during the race, no, you're not looking at that, obviously you're looking at the track. As Alex is closing me down a little bit, Gap is just 2 tenths, 3 tenths it was. Missing my apex a little bit there. You want to get over the curb a little bit more. Also, the wall's very close to the track this race. You will see that. This race that I'll come very close to the walls every time. But that's just the nature of the track. So 3 tenths to Alex. DRS has been enabled, and look at him. He's all over me. He does fast lap of the race, 142.7. Good lap from him. As I go to mix 3 already, just trying to defend. As I missed my apex once again there. Cannot really get settled into a nice rhythm at the moment, using all of my curves. Because Alex has DRS on this straight, but no, he's too far back. Luckily for me, the DRS isn't that effective on this track. Slipstream is quite effective though, but the DRS is not really that effective. So here we go then. Seems like I can settle a little bit more into the rhythm. Be nice and consistent. My scheduled pit stop should be at lap 5. But still Alex is holding on to that second place and definitely looking for a way past me. But I got in pole position, which is quite a bit of an advantage on this track obviously. It's very hard to pass since it's a street circuit. Although Alex has a little bit of a look on my inside, but no, defending off the inside there, but he will have a better exit out of this right-hander. He's quite close to me, defending the inside here. And going deep because of that, but it seems like I can still hold on to this place. Yes, I can. So a little bit of a defensive move from me there, fending off the inside, so he had no idea of dive bombing on my inside or anything like that. Just fending him off nicely, which is what I have to do in order to, you know, maybe battle him this race. But obviously I'm on a 3-stopper and he's on a 2-stopper. As he has the DRS once again, it's not looking really good for me. I should be pulling away from him with a 3-stopper, but I'm not at the moment. Well, I should be pulling away if I want to make a 3-stop work. And 6 seconds to Fat First, so Fat First managed to jump Romian. Same for Zephyr, he jumped to Romian as well, so I don't know where Romian's gone. Can't imagine he already pitted, maybe he did, but that's quite early. As Alex has dropped back a little bit actually in that first sector. Yes, he did indeed, 4 tenths, even though he had DRS. Still not used to it. You can see my turning in, the point where I turn in isn't good there. Again, missed my apex, so not used to the fuel load. Definitely not. And the 43.1 as well is my best time currently. I know that a 42 is very easy to do in the first couple of laps, but cannot do it so far. Maybe I'm concentrating too much on Alex, I don't know. So Alex, you can see him in the mirrors, he's too far back to overtake me at the moment. That's for sure. Still 4 tenths back, so very similar paced. You want to take more curb than that on that right-hander. Overall, just trying as well, I think, to keep it out of the barriers. Obviously trying to get a feel for the race pace and stuff like that. But it does take me generally a longer time to get used to the race pace than Alex. As I do a 42.8 right now, so that's a little bit better. Half a second to Alex, but he has DRS once again on this straight. Missing the curb back, going a bit wider with 4 wheels off the line, sorry. Didn't gain an advantage there, I think though, because I missed my apex. As I go to mix 3 once again, trying to defend. Going a little bit close to the apex now this time, that's better. This should be my scheduled pit stop in lap. And Alex is still too far back to attack me. 3 tenths is the gap. Again, very close behind me. You can, yeah, maybe you can imagine the pressure on me right now. Obviously, you have to look in the mirrors the whole time. I use no proximity arrows, so basically some drivers use proximity arrows, which is like arrows that points in the direction where your opponent is behind you. But I don't use that because I have the mirrors, obviously. But yeah, you're definitely checking the mirrors the whole time. See if he, you know, you don't know, maybe he has an idea to dive bomb on your inside, and yeah, you have to pay attention to that. Here again, it seems like he got a better exit. Not really, but he is definitely close. My tires are starting to fall off quite a bit, I think, so I think we should pit this lap then, which is good because it is my scheduled pit stop lap anyway. But he's very close behind me. He's almost in my gearbox. Getting a little bit of oversteer there. Tires are starting to fall off, as I said. Here we go then, coming into the pits. Yep, there we go. Staying nicely within the lines. And there we go, entering the pits then. So going to mix one. And Alex has released himself then for me. He's going another lap. He has to go another lap because he's on the 2-stop, remember. So we're still continuing. Let's see, I think Smuffler continued. There are a few cars into the pits. Fat first, I think he is in the pits, not sure. But definitely some cars continued. Alex continued, Jack first continued, Vegas Pirate continued. But Jack first indeed got into the pits. And I rejoined in 6th position on these option tires, just behind Vegas Pirate. Well, not just behind, because he has quite a bit of a lead, but you know what I mean. Behind Vegas Pirate and in front of Romian, so maybe Romian did pit indeed. Not sure, as Vegas Pirate, I think he hit a barrier there. And that gives him a very slow straight line speed for this straight, so that's quite an easy pass using Rich Mixer as well, just to make sure. Did he lose his entire front wing? I'm not sure. Let's have a look in the mirrors. I don't think he did. I don't know actually. Maybe he lost a little bit, like a piece, or maybe he lost his entire front wing. Don't think he lost his entire front wing because I think that would cost him more time, but not sure on that. Anyway, I'm not complaining. I got past him easily. So that moves me up to P5 then. Jack first in front. Remember, all the people who are in front right now still continued, so they are probably on a 2-stopper, not sure. But there's quite a big chance that they are on the 2-stopper, I think. 6.2 seconds to Jack first, as these option tires are really good. There's a big difference between the option and prime tires on this track. That's because the option tire is the super soft tire, and prime tire, so the harder compound, is the medium tire. So basically you have super soft, soft and medium. The tires we use in this Grand Prix is soft, no sorry, excuse me, it's super soft and medium. So instead of using soft and super soft, we use super soft and medium. So there's a big, you know, difference in the compound. Someone went into the pits, that's Alex behind me, so look at the minimap, that's Alex, and somehow you have a huge gap over him in just one lap, I think. So, oh, bit of contact with the barrier there. Jack first is still going, and there's another car in front of Jack first as well who's still going, but look at the gap to Alex. Don't know what happened to him. Maybe he got held up in the pits or something, as I do purple on these new tires, fresh tires. 3.5 seconds to Alex, so he definitely lost a lot of time, and just 3 seconds to Jack first. So remember, the gap to him was previously like 6.2 seconds, so gained a lot of time on him. About 3 seconds on these fresh set of tires. Remember that Alex will be now on the prime tire though, because of his 2-stopper. He will do option prime prime, I think, and I am doing option option prime prime. So visually you can see the gap getting close to Jack first. I have been showing you guys the complete 7 laps so far, so no cuts in those 7 laps, I think. Again, doing a purple time there. And just 1.4 to Jack first, who is on the prime tire actually. Didn't mention that, but he is on the prime tire. So interesting choice there. And I'm all over him right now. We should position ourselves for a pass, maybe in the DRS zone. Here we go then. Hopefully having a very good exit, which I do have indeed out of this corner alongside him then. Opening up the DRS. He is on my right hand side. This should be an easy pass with DRS. Look in the mirrors. It is an easy pass indeed. Keep it within the white lines. Yep. So clean, fair pass with use of DRS. And the fastest lap of the race as well, 141.8. And probably then extending the gap over Alex, as Sapphire looks to be out of the race because he had destroyed his vehicle. That is interesting though, because that might throw in a safety car to this race, but not sure on that. It doesn't look like it at the moment. I don't know where he crashed his car. Let's have a look if we can see his car maybe somewhere. There are also no yellow flags on the minimap appearing. Maybe his car despawned already, so his car disappeared. And oh, we have a safety car then. Safety car deployed. Lap 8 of the race, and we have a safety car. Don't know if this is an advantage for me. I don't think so actually, because this is going to bunch up the field again. Look at that. The safety car took off there. As we do have a few cuts now, so I wanted to show that the safety car basically took off, which was quite funny. Obviously a lot of lag there, but the safety car will come in this lap. But as I said, this bunched up the field again, and I needed the gap to Alex. I needed that one, and basically I needed to extend that gap. The safety car stayed out for about 2 laps, and I definitely needed those 2 laps to extend the gap. But now he is again all over my rear wing. But yeah, no excuses. I mean, you've got to deal with it, right? So here we go then. Safety car's coming in, preparing the tires, warming them up a little bit. Rear tires are quite cold still, but yeah, just deal with it then. Doing a little bit of swerving. Now let's see how I plan the restart. See if I go through full throttle here. No, I don't. I keep it slow, going to rich mixture and then get on the throttle. So I did a little bit of a brake and then got on the throttle again, as I cut the corner actually there a little bit. So here we go then, racing back again. 5/10 to Alex then. The gap is already half a second after the restart, so a pretty good restart from us. Fat First is behind Alex, and Smuffler is in P4 as well. I think Smuffler is doing a 2-stop. Fat First is doing 3 stops, I think, not sure. But unfortunately I won't have that big of an advantage now over Alex with these tires, because Alex's tires will be much, better, in a better shape than my tires. Look at my tires, they are pretty, pretty worn, even with that safety car situation. But that safety car situation did help me though in extending my stint. So I was still thinking a little bit about doing a 2-stop, but I don't know. I tested the prime tire in practice, and I could do about maybe 10 laps before they worn out. So I don't know. Somehow it's just not worth for me going to a 2-stop, as I had a little bit of a moment there on the entry. Obviously it's quite hard actually to regain your focus after a safety car situation. I hope you guys don't mind that I skipped the safety car period, because well, basically nothing happens. The safety car drives quite slow, so I don't think you guys minded that I skipped a few parts there, or a few laps, because basically nothing happens anyway. But we're back racing now, and as you can see on the minimap already, it's somewhat what's it called? It's a bit disappointing, I guess is the right word. I think you could call it like that. It's a bit disappointing that Alex and me are putting away so easily from the rest of the field. Already a big gap on the minimap. You can see that as we skipped to lap 12. Half a second to Alex. The gap is still extending to Fat First, but Alex is definitely keeping up, so good job from him. But remember, he has fresher tires than me at this point. As you can see, there's still a little bit of a slide at the exit of that corner. That's pretty much a sweet line through that corner, the final corner. Take a lot of the curb, not too much though. So DRS has been activated, I think, so Alex will have DRS on me. Now I used the word disappointed because I would like a little bit of a battle, I would like to see Fat First and all the other guys as well keep up with us and have a nice battle, but it seems like it's going to be between me and Alex. Also, I forgot to mention that Kifla isn't here this race, as it's lap 13, and look at my tires, they could be better, basically. Could be better. Gap to Fat First is 4.5, and it's still half a second to Alex, so I think I have to pit this lap. Just go a little bit sideways there once again, and here again I think. Oh, huge drift here. Can I keep it? Yeah, just about. Luckily I do know a little bit how to drift. Some people say you can drift in a Formula 1 car, but maybe you can there. Anyway, coming into the pits then, selecting the prime tire, so I still have to do 17 laps. Yep, 17 laps. I'm not going to make 70 laps on this stint, so I have to do 7 laps divided by 2. 17 laps, sorry, divided by 2, which is about 8 8 laps on prime tires. So these prime tires should on for about 8 laps, and then I should pit for another set of tires, prime tires, which will do then 9 laps or 8. So here we go then, out on track, rejoining in 11th place, which is very painful. Somehow Zephyr is still in this race in 12th position. Well, that's what the on-screen display says on the top left, but I don't think he is actually racing. That will be a little bit weird after he destroyed his vehicle. So there's a new guy as well in the split. It's Streamium, who is in front of me right now. He's from Belgium, so welcome to him. Welcome to split 1. And he is driving the McLaren, so he will be teammate with Grenou. But as you saw in the last sector times, the split time between him and me, oh, very dangerous driving there for me. Very lucky to actually still keep my front wing. That was definitely not nice. 7.5 seconds was the gap before, and 3.2 seconds is the gap right now. So gained like what, 4 seconds in just one sector, I think. So that is completely mental, as you can see on the minimap as well. I think they are battling quite a bit with each other. Yeah, you can see it visually as well. In front you can see the cars battling with each other quite a bit. So this might be an interesting battle, because I'm going to join them with these new fresh tires, while I expect they are on quite old tires, not sure. So here we go then, there's Streamium in front. He gets quite a poor exit out of this corner, using curves a little bit straight off line, and DRS as well. He's lagging a little bit, and oh, he suddenly lagged back there, and he goes well off the track there. I have to rejoin him, let him rejoin in front of me, because I think that was a little bit of lag involved there. Probably on his screen I hit him, so I didn't want to overtake him. So we will let him slot in back in front of me, as he lags a little bit there as well. You can see his car moving around a little bit, so it's very dangerous, and I don't really know where he's moving, so I'm going on the outside here. He brakes very early, I'm braking very late. Can I keep it around the outside? It seems like I can, because the next corner is on the right hander. Can I keep it? Yes, I can, so put off the move there on the outside, and the next up is Vegas Pride and Grenou, bending a little bit, and I have much more grip than these guys. And I'm stuck here behind Grenou and Vegas Pirate, going on the inside there, but no, backing out of it, not going 3 wide there. Justin's goes very wide, and I get on this inside, and you can see my driver there, the head into the air. I'll explain a little bit later, because Grenou went wide there, and that allows me to go right alongside him. But it seems like he saved a little bit of course. He is going again in front of me, going around the outside here. He outbrakes himself, going for the switchback then, for the undercut, and there we are then. So taking those places from those guys. I can tell you that, oh, as we lose connection to Romeo, very unfortunate for him, he had a good race. Also lost connection to Zephyr, and oh, as well to Justin. So 2 people who were in this race, Romeo and a Vegas Pirate, they disconnected, and as you can see as well on the top right of the screen, it said Steam. So I basically think that they disconnected from Steam or something like that. So Vegas Pirate, fortunately for him, disconnected. Same for Romian. Chicane is into the pits right now, so he will drop back a little bit. So with the battle between Justin and me and Grenou, well, basically you saw my driver doing his hand into the air. So that meant there was a little bit of contact. I didn't know if that was really legal and stuff like that, so I asked to Justin, like, I didn't really know anymore what I asked, but it was something like, was it fair? And Justin said, yeah, you're okay. So just you know, made sure there that I didn't do anything wrong. Obviously very close battling there though. I was alongside Grenou previous lap at this point, but we were 3 wide, and I'm not going 3 wide into this corner. You need really big balls for that. Yeah, it was very dangerous there, so it's sometimes better to be intelligent and stay out of it, and then overtake them a couple of corners later. Obviously Grenou, he outbraked himself under pressure, and then we just simply took him. Oh, lock up there. Just about kept it on track though, but that's a warning for me. A warning that I have to be a little bit careful. Let's go, whoa, very close to the wall there. I actually thought I was going to hit it. little bit of a slide there once again. You can hear it in the engine as well. Listen. There. I don't know. It's just my driving style, I guess. But it's definitely not good for the tires. Fat first comes into the pits as well, as we do a fast lap of the race, 141.6. We skipped to lap 22, so skipped like 5 laps. Look at the tires. So, what did I pit? I think I pitted in lap 14, did I? Yeah, I did. No, lap 13. Yeah, lap 14. Let's keep it at lap 14. So I basically did 8 laps on these tires, and as you saw there, they were quite bad. So Alex does the first lap of the race, 140.3, great lap from him, but he is on fresh primes right now, and I still have to make one more pit stop, and Alex finished his pit stop, and look at the gap very soon. Here comes the gap. 5 seconds. So yeah, I think we can basically forget that. We can forget winning this race, but obviously not giving up just yet. Anything can still happen. As we can see, Raiden as well there in third place. Good job from him. But I still have to make a pit stop, and Alex is done with pit stops. As I turned in too early there, I had to make 2 turning in moves basically to avoid cutting the corner too much. And Alex has been closing me down a lot the final couple of laps. I think he pitted in lap 19, if that's right. And he gained a lot of time, like 4 seconds on me in the last couple of laps. The gap is 4 seconds as well. As you can see on the right hand side, these tires are not healthy anymore. Just after 8 laps already. I don't know how, but I presume it's the what's it called, the sliding and going sideways sometimes, like here as well. But I don't know, I can't help it. Sorry, I can't help it. Here again, sliding a little bit close to the wall. Going into the pits then, my final pit stop for this race, lap 22. So we have to do 9 laps on the prime tire then. There we go. Selecting the prime tire, and I have done some fuel saving during the safety car as well. I forgot to say that. So we have +1 lap of fuel left. Few cars continuing still. There's another car into the pits though. Who is that? I think that is must be Fat first. Must be Fat first, I think, not sure. Jack first in front of me, rejoining in 5th place with 8 laps to go, so it's not looking good, and I still have to fight then for the next couple of laps. So here we go then, lap 24, and this has to be a good lap. Well, I basically, these couple of laps that are coming up have to be good laps in order to gain a few places. Not sure if there are any people still going to pit in the next couple of laps, but it seems like Jeff first has made a mistake. You saw also some debris on the track there, and that moved me very close to him. Using Curse and DRS then, see if I can get him already at this DRS zone. No, it doesn't look like it. I'm too far back already in the ref limiter as well, so I cannot take him just yet. As I do the purple sector time though, with use of that DRS. Very close behind him. He's on the option tires as well, but they must be very worn because I had to look on this inside there. Whoa, that's basically the same what happened in the qualifying. But this time I got really lucky that I didn't lose a part of my wing. Basically, when you go over that curb a little bit too much, your car becomes very unsettled and it jumps around and pushes you wide. And then you hit the barrier, but again got very lucky there that I didn't lose a part of my front wing, because that's what happened in qualifying. Same location. Very lucky there. So reset my mind and continue to battle with Jack first and keep focused on that. 410s to him, having a little bit of a look here, trying to scare him off more than anything. I'm obviously not going to dive bomb on this inside, but just letting him know that I'm looking and see if it makes him nervous. You never know. Definitely a little bit of understeer in this final sector here, thanks to the dirty air coming from Jack versus car. As we go to mix 3 then, preparing myself for an overtake on him. Remember, we did an overtake on him on this straight previously, but I'm too far back right now to overtake him just yet. Still keeping him mix 3 though, because I do want to attack him, as I had a much better line through there and all over his rear wing then. We should be able to overtake him on this straight, although no, not really. I dropped a lot in that right hander. Dropped a lot of time there, as Raiden does a 39.7, great lap from him. Going on the inside there, with DRS. Can I still keep it on the inside here? A bit of contact there. Going on the inside here. No, not going to go around the outside here. But I do manage to get a nice and good switchback on him. And leaving him room there on the inside. But no, that's a move done. So, bit of contact there as well. I think Jack first moved a little bit more to the left hand side where I was. Didn't expect that. So that's where the contact came from. Nothing serious though, obviously. And then I was on the outside for that very tight right hander as I'm continuing now to push. He held me up quite a bit, so I have to make up some time. As I said, I was on the outside for the right hander, so I don't think that around the outside would have worked there. So I braked early to get the cutback, switch back, get early on the throttle, and that was the move done. He was still on my inside, I think, for the left hander. But we left him plenty of room and then went around the outside there, so no problem whatsoever there. And already pulling a big gap over him. He might have to do another pit stop because he's dropping back quite a bit. Let's keep an eye out on him, see if he makes a pit stop as I go to mix 3 then. So this should be the fastest lap of the race then, because I think I'm the... yeah, I think I am the... oh, hang on. Oh, the engineer tells us there 5 minutes before we get some rain, so that might spice up things a little bit. 5 laps remaining. This could be quite interesting actually. That might be like in the final couple of 2 laps, maybe a little bit of rain, we will see. Definitely exciting. And the gap to Smuffler, 13 seconds, that's a lot. With Raiden behind me as well. I definitely think that I got held up behind Jack first a little bit, but that is the risk you take when you go on the freestyle, obviously. So I cannot complain about it, obviously. You have to deal with it once again. But still, 13 laps to him is quite a lot. But still, nothing to give up for. I mean, that's not a reason to give up. That's how I should put it. We should continue, obviously. You never know. Maybe something weird happens on this track. You never know. There could be some interesting things happening with the barrier so close to the racetrack. Maybe someone loses his front wing, or as you saw before in this race, maybe someone destroys his vehicle, and it will spice up everything again. So you have to keep battling, keep fighting for it. This is a track which I don't like. Probably my worst track of the season. So I knew that before this race, and I was actually surprised to get on pole position as well. I was expecting me to battle around 4th, maybe 5th place this race, to do a 39.5 fast lap of the race. Yeah, I was quite surprised actually as we go to lap 29, a few raindrops falling then. Just continuing on the story, was quite surprised that I was in 3rd place at this moment. I knew that my race pace wasn't good. Yeah, I knew as well that I had to do damage limitations and just maximize everything. Hopefully then score some good points for the championship. Remember, my championship lead over Alex is right now 3 points coming into this race. So if it stays right now, Alex will overtake me in the championship. And he will have a, what is it, 7-point lead over me? I think it is, yeah. Oh, as I had a little bit of understeer there, so the rain is falling quite a bit right now, with just 2 laps remaining, and the gap to Smuffler is still like 8 seconds, so I managed to gain about 4 seconds in the last couple of laps, but it's not enough so far to overtake him just yet. Also remember that my tires will be starting to fall off as well, so that will neutralize the effect a little bit of the new tires. 7.1 seconds, so definitely still closing in on him. The rain looks quite terrible actually. It looks quite heavy if you ask me. As you can see on the track is starting to get a little bit, you know, a little bit of a rough surface on the track, which shows that there is quite some rain. So, oh, and in the tunnel there, you saw it there. Suddenly it was like the grip was switched off, and as soon as you got into the tunnel, it was back on. Obviously the tunnel, there falls no rain there. It's not really a tunnel, but you know what I mean. You go under the grandstand. So doing a 42.1, 1.6 seconds slower than my previous lap. So definitely the rain is affecting me, and not only me. I think it is affecting everyone, because you can see visually that the grip is not a lot. Oh, a little bit of corner cut there, sorry guys. It's my fault, but it is pretty hard to judge when you have to turn in these conditions, that's for sure. Again here, turn in a little bit too early there. You saw me doing a few corrections. 6.4 seconds, still closing him down. But is it enough? I don't think so actually. 2 laps remaining. Well, 1.5. Raiden behind me in 4th place. I should mention as well, good drive from Raiden. Also Smuffler, very good drive, still in 2nd place. Not for long if you ask me though. I want to do something about it. And this rain might be in my favor then, because it might spice up things a little bit. As you can see, the grip is becoming less and less every lap, every sector. The grip is becoming less. Obviously there's more rain falling. 5 seconds to Smuffler. It still seems like a little bit too much though, to overtake him, doesn't it? I think it does. You can see on the minimap as well. I think the car in front of Smuffler is Alex, so Smuffler isn't even that far back from Alex, so very good drive from Smuffler. I don't know if it's actually Alex in front of Smuffler on the minimap, but I think it actually is, not sure. Bit of sliding there, hit the wall a little bit there, got on the curb, and the curb threw me to the outside a little bit. So final lap of the race, and 4 seconds to Smuffler, so I'm still like gaining 1 second every sector. So if I continue at this rate, I will be about 1 second behind him at the end of this lap. But I'm not sure though. It's raining quite a bit now. I can tell you as well that at this point, Chicane, my teammate, he told me that it was quite wet into that 2nd sector. So I want to thank you, Chicane, for telling that, because I was being careful then. Braking at the 100 meter board, just before the 100 meter board actually. So being very careful here. 3.4 seconds to Smuffler, gap is still closing down quite a bit. Going very slowly on the throttle. Even though I got very slowly on the throttle, I do get a little bit of wheel spin and lots of understeer there as well. Hit the barrier, got lucky again there to not lose my front wing. But that shows that the conditions are very tricky, lots of oversteer there again. Hit the barrier there again, I don't know what's that. I think I just hit the barrier, but it did help me to turn in to the corner, surprisingly. And there is Smuffler. Visually it looks closer though. It might be very close. I'm not sure what's the gap. The gap is 2.2 seconds, so get a lot of time there again. Braking very careful here, shifting down as well very carefully. Alright, so I was like final sector of the race. Come on, push for it. Don't give up. Keep going. But this is definitely wet conditions. You can see the raindrops on the screen as well. Smuffler hits the barrier there. Closes me up to him. Going very slowly here. This is going to be a very interesting finish to this race. Going very close behind him. Both sliding here. Alex crosses the line. Take home a victory. But we are still battling though. And we're coming up to the final corner of the race. Going to mix free. Hopefully can still take him. Having a better exit out of this corner. Can we still take him? It's going to be very close. But no, just not. Very close there though. Alex takes home a victory, and the timing here says that we are in 2nd place because Smuffler has a 10-second penalty. I can tell you that the 10-second penalty has been removed, so that's not true. I'm in 3rd place, but the gap between me and Smuffler, it must have been like a 10th, something like that, maybe 2 tenths, maybe a 10th. So here we go then. That's Alex. Congratulations to him. Good race from him. No silly mistakes from him. Even not in that final lap, crazy lap as well. So that means the following for the championship: 191 points for Alex, and he jumps me indeed with a 7-point lead over me in this championship. So I have lost the championship lead in this race, and as you can see as well, it is the first time ever in this season that someone took 2 victories back to back. So another congratulations going out to Alex. Good job from him. No mistakes once again. But to be honest, beforehand on this race, I did see it coming. But still, I think I could be quite happy with that 3rd place though. I think I did my best. I think 2nd place was, it could have been possible if I didn't get held up by Jack first, but obviously cannot blame him. That's just the disadvantage you get from doing a free stop. Now I know that some people might be arguing. and that's it. Arguing a little bit about the two-stop. Well, basically, yeah, you can trust me when I say that the two-stop was not going to work for me in this race. Too much tire wear for me, but I definitely do think that I have to open up the attack right now on Alex, because I have been in the lead, I think, for the whole season. Not sure. I think for the whole season, and I basically lost it now. Obviously, it's the most important thing who is in the lead after the final race, but yeah, I have to do something about it before it's too late. So next race is Korea. After that comes Suzuka, and after that comes India. Now I do like Suzuka. Suzuka is actually really great. It's one of my favorites. India, yeah, it's good, and Korea could be better, but anyway, I hope to perform well on those 3 tracks and open up the fight, the battle. Basically to Alex, in order to close down the 7-point gap which he has right now to me. So join me again next time. Also, I should mention that we have a 1 week break right now, so no race next week, which will mean that there's no league race video coming next week. I will try to do a co-op race again with Alex Gillen, because I know you guys like that. I have tried it in the past as well to continue that series, but unfortunately Alex has been saying no to that, thanks to his lack of time. But I think he has time now, so no excuses for him. I think I'm just going to try to do a co-op race for next week instead of the league race then, because we have a break, as I said before. Next race then, Korea. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Thanks for the support. It has been really great. As I said before, I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed the video, I would appreciate a like. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.